Student, I am Dr. Anand Tyagi from Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on Engineering Mathematics First KAS 103T. Today I discuss about the module 4 multivariable calculus. Before it we have done cover some portion of this unit, and in the previous lecture I explained how to obtain the limit of the triple integration, how to obtain the limit of double integration with the help of given surface, and elaborate various example based on this topic. And after this I explain again change of order of integration, what is the role of change of integration I explained in the previous lecture. Now contents of today lecture are based on the module 4 multivariable calculus here. Today contents are, first of all I introduce the triple integration, and after this how to obtain triple integration and how to change the variable of triple integration when we face some problem to solve the various problem. And after this I calculate area and volume with the help of double integration as well as triple integration. And after this some question based on the above topic, and elaborate what is the role of double integration and triple integration in our daily life as well as engineering and technology. The today contents are refer from the book E. Krejcik Advanced Engineering Mathematics, Marais de Weir, B.B. Ramanna and B.S. Grewal. Student can be opt any one of them. In this lecture we elaborate triple integration, how to get the limit of triple integration, what is the role of triple integration and how to take the limit integration. Consider a solid V in space and function x, y, z. Triple integration means we have function of 3 variable x, y, z, and this is the surface in which we find the volume. Suppose I discuss here, this is the delta y, that means small area of the unit delta y, right? This is the area of delta x. In this way this is the area of delta z, that means there exists a small cube, right? We can say a small cuboid, right? Elementary strip, what will be the volume of this strip, and we take the limit from 0 to this and 0 to this and 0 to this, that means we obtain the volume of total surface here. So in this way we find out one by one what is the criteria to solve the triple integration here. Now cut the solid V into small rectangular solids. I draw here a small rectangular, suppose I want to cut this portion. So how to obtain the volume of this, and by taking the limit of the surface we calculate the volume of the given surface, right? Multiply the function value of f by the volume and a small rectangular solid here. In this way we find out the sum of product of the function value times and value of rectangular solid. In this way we find out the limit of volume and calculate the approximate value here, right? The volume of the surface. In this way we can find out our problem, and by mathematically what is the role of triple integration here I discuss here. Volume of triple integration with respect to v, v means dx, dy, dz here, limit n tends to infinite, that means we consider n tends to infinite here. So what will be the conclusion we see here? So we can obtain with the help of triple diagram here, right? In the previous lecture I also explain what is triple integration, and triple integration is divided into 3 category. In first category we consider here when the limit are constant, right? We consider here, right, this is the limit of z, that means constant limit, this is the limit of y, and this is the limit of x, that means these are the constant limit. How to solve? So in the case of limit we can solve any one of them first, right? After this we consider another problem in which this is the limit of z, right? This is also in the form of variable, that means in this plane we consider an elementary strip parallel to the z axis. And how to take this limit? This limit take in the xy plane, and this is the limit of y, right? That means in this plane we consider an elementary strip parallel to the y, and this is the limit of x. Now solve one by one. First of all we integrate with respect to z here, and after this we integrate with respect to y here, and finally we integrate with respect to x. So in these terms we calculate the triple integration terms by terms, and after the third integration, if suppose reason is given, that means limit is not given, in this case we have the reason, we have draw the diagram and we take the limit with the help of diagram. So in this way there are three cases, and I explained in the previous lecture how to take the limit with the help of diagram. Now question is that suppose we have problem to solve the any triple integration, so we can solve it by using the spherical coordinate here. What is spherical coordinate we consider here, right? And this is very most important to all branch of engineering, just like electronics and communication, electrical and major instrumentation, and civil engineering, and as well as the mechanical engineering. So these are coordinate will be the very most important here. In this way, how to calculate the spherical coordinate here we see here. Suppose I have the 3-dimension plane here. First of all I draw a diagram here, right? Students see very carefully. Suppose this is x-axis, right? This is y-axis, I write here, and this is z-axis, right? Suppose a point, this is the point here, right? In the 3D plane, so what will be the coordinate of this? This coordinate will be r, theta and phi here, right? That means phi is the 2-dimensional angle, right? And theta is the 3-dimensional angle. How to take the consider? Suppose I draw a line here. This is the position vector of this particle, right? And this angle will be theta here, right? The question is that suppose I draw the perpendicular here, so what will be the, suppose this is O, this is say P, so what will be the conclusion here? And this is suppose M, so what will be the conclusion here, right? And this is equal to R. So question is that what is PM? Right, this is theta and this angle is 90 degree, right? So we calculate the side of opposite side of the angle, so this will be r sin theta. Student keeping in the mind, when we solve the opposite side of the angle and hypotenuse is given, it will be r sin theta, and this will be, this is O, that means OM will be r cos theta here, right? Suppose I am standing on the 2-dimensional plane and this is z-axis and this is x-axis and this is y-axis. That means my height represent the parallel to the z-axis. So in this case, this OM is my height, right? Suppose I draw the perpendicular in xy plane, then this will be equal to, this is the my foot distance and this is the my head distance, right? This is suppose is Q. Now question is that what will be OQ here? So OQ will be r sin theta here, r sin theta here, because from the origin, right, distance between origin and my foot and distance between my head and parallel distance will be always same. So in this way we can say that OQ is equal to r sin theta here. Now draw a line parallel to the y-axis here, and this will be is equal to 90 degree and this will be equal to suppose phi. The question is that how to obtain here, this is N, how to obtain ON and how to obtain NQ here, right? We see very carefully. Student listen very carefully, because this is the criteria to obtain the spherical coordinate with the help of the Cartesian coordinate, right? What will be the distance here? So this distance will be r sin theta and sin phi, right? How I explain here, right? This is the hypotenuse, OQ is the hypotenuse, and this is 90 degree angle, and NQ is the height, right? So how to calculate? That means opposite side, and opposite side will be in sine, right? This is the right corresponding to the angle. So what will be the this side? R sin theta, I write here, r into cos phi, right? So in this way I calculate the coordinate of x, coordinate of y and coordinate of z here. Suppose I want to calculate here x, right? So x will be here ON, right? ON. So what will be the position of ON here from the diagram? R sin theta cos phi. So student remember it, R sin theta, right, and cos phi here. So student keeping in the mind and remember it, right? Spherical coordinate x is equal to r sin theta cos phi. Theta is the 3-dimensional angle and phi is the 2-dimensional angle. Student remember it, right? Now question is that what is y here, right? So we see that y will be here NQ, because NQ is the parallel of the y-axis. So what will be the conclusion here? So NQ is equal to r sin theta sin phi here. This is phi. So r sin theta and sine phi here. In this way we calculate the value of y. Now question is that what is z? So I write here z is equal to, what will be the z here? So in this way z is Im, right, parallel to the z axis, and Im is OM, right. We can say that PQ parallel to the OM. So what will be the z is equal to r cos theta here, right. So in this way we can calculate the value of x, y, z from the diagram, and this is very most important diagram, and student remember it, how to solve the spherical coordinate with the help of the Cartesian coordinate, right. In this way we can find out our coordinate is this, x is equal to r sin theta cos phi, I write here, right, y is equal to, I write here, right, and z is equal to cos theta. In this way we can find our problem, to evaluate the spherical coordinate here, right. In this way we can calculate the spherical coordinate. Now question is that what is the role of spherical coordinate in triple integration? You find the volume of integration, we see here, right. Suppose I have a problem here, triple integration f x y z, right, I write here, into dx dy dz. In this way we can find out our problem, right. Now question is that I am facing some problem to solve this, right, then how to convert it into spherical coordinate, and what will be the conclusion here, right. I see here this is transferred into the another, right, form with the help of spherical coordinate, I write here s. So what will be the conclusion here, f r theta and phi, right, and this is modulus of Jacobian, and in the previous lecture I explained how to calculate the value of Jacobian d theta d phi here. So in this way this Cartesian problem convert into spherical coordinate. So in this way we can convert into spherical coordinate and solve easily, right. Now question is that what is the Jacobian of spherical coordinate? So in the previous lecture, in the topic of the Jacobian, I explained how to obtain the Jacobian J with the help of, right. So I write here Jacobian, how to write here, the modulus of del, right, x y z, right, over del r theta phi. In this way we can find the Jacobian of given, right, is equal to, and Jacobian of spherical coordinate is equal to r square sin theta. So in this way we can find out the property of the Cartesian form to spherical coordinate, and value of Jacobian of spherical coordinate is equal to r square sin theta. Student remember it, right. Now question is that how to use this problem into the given problem, right. Now we see here, suppose I have a problem to find the volume of sphere, right, volume of sphere, I write here. Now question is that how to calculate, right, v, and right, this v is the sphere, v is equal to, right, x square plus y square, right, plus z square is equal to a square, that is the, right, that is sphere. How to get the volume of the sphere here? Question is that, so first of all I convert it into spherical coordinate, I write here, right, spherical coordinate. What will be the spherical coordinate here? So right, Jacobian J, right, dr d theta d phi, because volume is equal to triple integral, right, dx dy dz, that is the volume formula, right, and where r, right, where r is the surface which we want to evaluate the volume. Now what will be the Jacobian here? So Jacobian here, right, triple integral, I write here, right, r square sin theta, right, and dr d theta and d phi. Now question is that how to take the limit of r, theta and phi. So in the, right, first we obtain the first octant volume and divided by the respective quantity. So what will be the here? We see here what is the limit of r here, radius of sphere will be 0 to a here, right, this is the limit of right, r. What will be the limit of theta here? So theta lies in the first quadrant, right, 2-dimension angle, so it will be 0 to pi by 2 here, right, clear. And now question is that what is the value of d phi here, right. So d phi is equal to 0 to pi, and right, and we multiply by 4, because first we obtain the volume of the first octant and divided multiply by 4 here. Yeah, we can say that there may be twice and there may be 0 to 2 pi, right? In this way, first of all we integrate r. So what is the integration of r? Integration of r will be r cube by 3 here, and limit of this is 0 to pi by 2 here, I write, and 0 to a here, right? Now sin theta integration is minus cos theta, and integration is 0 to pi by 2, I write here, right? Now integration of d phi is phi, and limit is 0 to phi, I write here, right? Now question is that what will be the conclusion here, we see very carefully here, right? So how to obtain the limit of, and 4 is there, right? So integration of this is pi, right? Integration of is cos pi by 2 cos 0 1, and integration of this a cube by 3. So result will be here 4 pi a cube upon 3, and this is the volume of sphere. Student study it in the previous class 10th and 9th, but they don't know how to obtain the volume of the sphere. So in this procedure we calculate the volume of the sphere with the help of the spherical coordinate while we have facing to solve this type of problem. Suppose I wants to take the limit of z, so limit of z will be 0 to under root a square y square x square, and then limit taking y, so that means this is the typical case. So in this case we solve with the help of the spherical coordinate here. So student, keeping in the mind, if we have faced some problem to solve the triple integration, so we can change the in spherical coordinate and calculate the result. In the same way, if we have the double integration and we have some problem, so we can use the polar coordinate and change into polar coordinate and solve the problem. So in this way we can solve one by one here, right? So student, keeping in the mind, when we calculate the volume of double integration, right, we can say that volume by using the double integration. How to get? So we see here very carefully. Suppose I have a function which is depend on xy, that is z, right, surface area, and r is the region in the xy plane, right? Suppose I am standing in the xy plane, right, and function is the z is equal to fxy. So how to obtain the volume with the help of double integration, we see here, right? Student, listen very carefully, right, and see also, right, this is the formula to evaluate the volume with the help of double integration, and right, function is depend on the xy. So how to calculate, we see here, right? Now we see that, right, suppose I wants to calculate here, right, volume. So how to calculate here, we see here, right? Suppose I want to calculate area of this region, then question is that how to get the volume of this problem, how to get the volume of this problem. In this way we can find out our problem, right? How to solve, we see here, right? So one by one. Suppose I wants to calculate this, right, and this is the function of z here, and how to calculate the volume with the help of this diagram, we see here, right? And diagram of this person is this, right? So how to get the volume of this, right, we see here, right? In this way we can find out the volume of this is equal to right, this by using the double integration. First of all we integrate and taking the limit with respect to y, we see here. So first of all I draw this diagram and taking a strip parallel to the y axis, and lower part of this axis is touch this curve, and upper part is touch this curve, and what will be the value of lower limit of y x square, and upper limit of y will be under root x. Now question is that what will be the limit of x here? So this point will be 1 comma 1 here, I write here. So limit will be of x will be 0 to 1 here. So in this way we can find one by one, right? This is the limit of y here, and this is the limit of x from the diagram, right? First of all we integrate with respect to y here. So what will be the result? 12y, y square by 2 and x square y, and upper limit minus lower limit. So what will be the conclusion here, we see here, right? Upper limit minus lower limit, 12 and root 5 x upon this, in right, upper limit minus lower limit. So in this way we can find out our problem, right? Now question is that how to integrate, right, and what is will be the decision over here, right? Integrate of x raised to the power 1 by 2 will be x raised to the power 3 by 2 and upon 3 by 2. Integration of x will be x square by 2, and 2 is again x square by 4. In this way we can find integration terms by terms. What will be the conclusion here, we see that, right? This is the integration of x raised to the power 1 by 2, this is the integration of x, this is the integration of 5 by 2, this is the integration of x square, and this is the integration of x5 4. In this way we can find out upper limit minus lower limit. So what will be the conclusion here? We see very carefully, right? This 3 goes to outside and 3 4 are 12, that is 8, right? In this way, right, this will be 1 by 4, this will be 2 by 7 because 2 goes to the numerator and value of 2 by 7 here. This is value is 4 because 3 divided by 4, right, 12, this is 4, and this is 1 by 10. Suppose we take the LCM of this portion, then the conclusion will be 569 upon 140 here. So in this way we can find out our volume with the help of given diagram here, right, by using the double integration. Now question is that how to calculate the volume by using the triple integration. In the previous lecture I explained how to get the volume by using the triple integration, right? This is the formula of volume of triple integration, right, and we can calculate the region V, right, by using the graphically. So first of all, this is the first example to solve the volume of tetrahedron by using the planes x is equal to 0, this is bounded plane, and y is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0 also, and this is the plane of 3 dimension x plus y plus z is equal to a. First of all draw the diagram of this function, right, and our aim is required volume will be the dx dy dz, and V is the region generated by the surface, and which will be the generated by surface, given surface is this. Now question is that how to draw the diagram of this, that is very most important for the student, right, how to draw the diagram, right. So we see here very carefully, suppose I draw the diagram in xyz plane, right, what the question is that what will be the diagram here. So diagram will be this, x axis, y axis and z axis, right. Suppose I want to take the limit of z first. So what will be the conclusion here? So first of all we take the strip parallel to the z axis. So I draw the strip, suppose I am standing parallel to the z axis, this is z axis, so right, the limit will be taken with me, right. This is the lower limit, and lower limit touch the, right, in which plane? Xy plane. For the xy plane z is equal to 0, so I write here z is equal to 0. Now upper part touch the line this, so what will be the value of this line? Z is equal to a minus x minus y. So that means limit of z will be here, right, I write here limit of z will be here 0 to a minus x minus y, I write here, right. In this way we have to take the limit of z in terms of x and y. Now question is that how to take the limit of xy. So I draw the xy plane diagram here, right. Students see very carefully, when we take the limit of here, suppose I want to take the limit of y, so first of all we take the strip parallel to the y axis. So this is y axis and this is x axis. So how to take the limit, right? So lower portion of this limit touch the x axis. For x axis y is equal to 0. So limit of y will be here 0 to, right, and upper limit touch the line, and this line is equal to x plus y is equal to a here, right. From the line y, value of y will be a minus x here. So limit of, right, y will be in this case 0 to a minus x. Now question is that what is the limit of x? So in this region this is the limit of 0 0, this is the limit of a 0 0, and this is the limit of 0 a 0, right. Question is that in this coordinate there are 3 coordinate, right, and minimum value of x here will be 0, right, and maximum value of y here 0. So that means we take the limit of x here, so which will be the x 0 and upper limit of x is a. So that means limit of x will be here 0 to a. So in this way we can find the limit step by step. First of all we take the limit of z first, and after this we take the limit of y and then limit of x. There is no such a rule that first we take the z. Suppose any student wants to take the limit of y first, so what will be the value of y we see here, right, that is the only phenomenon, right. So value of y first of all will be here, suppose I want to calculate value of y first, so 0 to, right, a minus x minus z, that is rule, right, and after this we take the value of suppose x, so what will be the value of x here, right, value of x greater than, and this is a minus z here, and value of z will be here 0 to a. So in this way we can find out, take the limit any kinds of formation, right. So in this way we can find our problem one by one here, right. Now we see that what is the conclusion of this problem. So limit of z here this, limit of y is this, and limit of x is this. So first of all we find, right? And from the graph we obtain the volume of, right, first octant only, because in the given from x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 and z is equal to 0. Suppose this portion is not given in the question, then we obtain the volume of the first octant and multiply here 8, because this is 2-dimension plane, right? So in this way we always solve the first octant first, right, and take the decision by taking the given problem. So in this way we find the problem one step by step, and we solve the problem step by step. First of all we integrate with respect to z. So what is the integration of dz? So integration of dz will be z and upper limit minus lower limit, and result will be this, right? Now question is that now we integrate with respect to y, that means a minus x is constant, right? So result will be a minus x into y and y square by 2. I write here upper limit minus lower limit. So what will be the conclusion here? A minus x square. How to? Because in the place of y I write the upper value, and upper value is a minus x square here. So in this way we can find our problem, and this is a minus x square upon 2, right, dx. Now first of all we consider here 2 1 ja 2, 2 minus 1 1 by 2. So what will be the conclusion here? We see very carefully. The conclusion is that, right, a minus x square by 2, and what is the integration of this function a minus x whole square? So a minus x whole square will be here a minus x cube, I write here, upon minus 3, upper limit minus lower limit. So in the case of upper limit a minus a is equal to 0 and minus minus plus lower limit is this. So right, conclusion will be here a cube by 6. So in this way we can find the solution of given problem, and given diagram lies in the first octant. So we solve this process. Suppose I want to calculate the whole body, then there we multiply by 8, so result will be 4a cube by 3 here, right? In this way we can find out our problem. So in this way, student keeping in the mind when we solve the such type of problem in future, right? So first of all see very carefully the given problem and take the decision how to draw the diagram in 3-dimension plane, how to conversion of the spherical coordinate and solve the problem. So in this way we can consider here, right, 1 by 1 here. And another problem is find the volume of the region bounded by the surface. This is parabola y is equal to x square, and this is another parabola x is equal to y square. In the plane lies in the z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 3 here. First of all draw the diagram, right? We see very carefully which will be the diagram here. So first of all, right, consider here the given problem is this. This is the region bounded by the curve, right? How to draw the diagram? First of all this, right? So we see here in the this is x plane and this is y plane and this is z plane. First of all we see that how to draw the diagram of this. So this is the parabola y square is equal to x, and this is the parabola x square into y and lies in the xy plane, right? Now draw the diagram up to the height 3. This is the up to the height 0 to z is equal to 0 means xy plane, and z is equal to 3 means height, right? So in this way there exists a cylindrical formation, and cylindrical formation lies in the, suppose I am the cylindrical formation and I am standing in the xy plane and parallel to the z plane, that is my height is 3, right, and my foot is the intersection portion of the parabola, given parabola, right? In this way we can understand the given diagram. So how to take the limit? So first of all we take the limit of z, right? So if we take the limit of z, that means there exists a strip parallel to the y-axis. So I draw a line, this strip parallel to the y-axis. Now lower limit lies in the xy plane and upper limit lies in the z plane, and what will be the conclusion from there? So z is equal to will be 0 to 3 here. Now question is that how to take the limit of xy plane? So first of all we draw again this diagram into xy plane. Now taking the strip, right, this is suppose x-axis and this is y-axis. How to take the limit parallel to y-axis? So lower part is this, upper part is this, and this will be 1 comma 1. So in this way we can calculate our limit with the help of this diagram. So what will be the conclusion? We see here very carefully. So first of all we take the limit of z 0 to 3, I write here, and take the limit of, right, take the limit of y here, right, by using the diagram, right? First of all students see very carefully. Suppose I have no idea from the diagram, right? Student cannot understand with the help of diagram. So we can take the limit without any diagram, right? How to? Limit of z in this diagram is 0 to 3, that is understand. Limit of y will be here y is equal to x square and y is equal to under root x, right? After solving this point, and intersection point will be 0 0 and 1 1. So that means, right, x will be 0 to 1 here. So in this way we can take the limit without any diagram, but if student use the diagram, then concept will be very clear here, right? In this way, how to solve this problem? The limit of z is 0 to 3, limit of y x square to under root x, right, and limit of x is 0 to 1. Suppose we solve together, all together, so what will be the conclusion here? So, right, the integration of z dz is z, and that is 3, I write here. Integration of y is y, upper limit minus lower limit, and this is 1, right? So in this case we can solve 3 integration together, right, not simultaneous. In this way we can find the limit here. So what will be the conclusion we see here, right? So conclusion is that, right, this is the upper limit, and solve the lower limit. What will be the conclusion we see here? That means 3 outside, 2 by 3 minus 1 by 3, and 1 by 3, 3 cancel out. What conclusion is 1. That means, right, volume of this portion will be 1. So we can see that what will be the conclusion here, right? Another problem is determine the area. That means this problem based on the area. Determine the area of the bounded curve xy is equal to 2. That is the hyperbola, right? When we draw that curve tracing in the previous lecture, right, differential calculus, so I explain how to draw the curve, and this is parabola, right? Now we see that this is the parabola, right? This is hyperbola, this is parabola, and this is a straight line parallel to the x-axis. Now how to draw the diagram we see very carefully. This is the hyperbola, right? This is hyperbola, and this x square is equal to this, 4y is this is right. Now question is that, right, y is equal to 4, so y is equal to 4 be this. Now question is that which will be the region here, right? That is most important interesting area. So result is not here, because this will be the region. That means there should be y is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, and there should be y is equal to 0, and that is not given in the question. That means our region is this, right? Student, listen very carefully. So there are 3 possibility, right? If I want to take the limit of y first, and we take the limit of x first. If we take the limit of y first, then this region is divided into 2 parts from here. That means I solve the 2 integral. If we take the strip parallel to the x-axis, there is no partition, right? That we consider here the limit parallel to the x-axis. So in this way we can find the problem by using the graphical here. This is the graph of this problem. We consider an elementary strip parallel to the x-axis here. I draw the distance, and lower limit will be this, and upper limit will be this. In this way we can calculate the lower limit and upper limit, and what will be the value of y here, and value of y is minimum is 1 and maximum is 4. So limit of y will be here 1 to 4. We see that by graphically, right, limit, right, area is equal to, area will be double integration and dy over dx. We studied in the previous lecture how to solve the integral. We see that, right, which will be the limit of x and which will be the limit of y here. We see that the lower limit is x is equal to 2 by y, I write here, right, and upper limit with the use of the parabola. So in this way we can find out the limit of y here, because x here, because strip is parallel to the x-axis. Now limit of y will be 1 to 4, I explained just now, right? Now question is that how to solve. So first of all, integration of dx will be x here, and upper limit minus lower limit. So what will be the conclusion here? 2 under root y minus 2 upon y. Now the question is that how to integrate under root y raised to the power 1 by 2, right, and integration of 1 by 2 is 3 by 2 and reverse 2 by 3 here, right, and integration of this log y, I write here, upper limit minus lower limit. So what will be the conclusion we see here, right? So what will be the conclusion we see here? That is the conclusion. Now final result will be here 28 by 3 for log 2. So in this way we can find our problem by using the double integration as well as triple integration. Conclusion of the today lecture are how to obtain area by using double integration, how to obtain volume of the solid surface by using double integration, and by using triple integration, and by using change of variable of Cartesian form to spherical coordinate. If student have any problem for today lecture, so they can contact me in my contact number. I will try to solve their problem, right? In the next lecture I explain a very most important topic, that is known as center of mass and center of gravity of the rigid body as well as the homogeneous body. if today lecture student have any problem, so they can contact me. I will try to solve their problem. Thank you all of you.